This segment of the Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health and High Plains Journal. To watch this segment again, visit storyofasteak.com.
Welcome back. The story of a steak. Last week we began our story in Stott City, Missouri with Rod and Christine Lewis of 4R Ranches. Now we travel to Joplin Regional Stockyards for the second chapter in this 5-part series from Merck Animal Health and the High Plains Journal. There we see how a commitment to genetics, nutrition, and health pay off.
Every steak has a story, and perhaps no other place in America has written this story more than Joplin Regional Stockyards, the nation's largest cow-calf market. In the mid-1990s, the livestock auction realized the industry was changing and that it had to do more to improve beef quality. That's why Joplin pioneered preconditioning, a way to help ranchers improve herd health, genetics, and nutrition. One of those ranches belongs to Rod and Christine Lewis, featured last week in this series.
Rod and Christina understand the mission that Joplin's on, and that's why people like that are so easy to work with.
Simply put, the mission is to make cattle better. Better in growth and performance, better in health, and better in beef quality. And the higher the beef quality, the better everyone does across the industry.
About 1997, we started all those preconditioning and value-added programs here at Joplin. And, you know, we had a lot of producer meetings around the country, and you tried to get them up to speed on the vaccination programs they need to use, the length of time they need to have those cattle weaned, and all the things they need to do to be able to get them in those programs to participate and do the things they needed to do to add more value to their cattle. Not only does it make them healthier for them, but it makes them healthier for the guy down the road.
Research shows that a sick calf is a lot less likely to grade choice. You lose at least one grade if he gets sick. And if he's an habitual or a chronic, he's not going to grade at all.
Most of the buyers I sell cattle to, the first thing they're going to ask is, what do you know about the cattle? So, you know, if we know what percentage of graded choice, what they gain in the feedlot, when you can go to that with that information, you know, it's really critical.
Most of the losses coming to this industry is from death loss or from sickness, you know, what the cost of the treatment is, plus the morbidity rate and all the things that go along with that. So preconditioning, in my opinion, or along with the value-added programs, is the most important thing you can have.
All these value-added programs, they start with the mother cow. They go right on down into the calf. The calves are weaned, bunk broke, tank broke, and had 2 rounds of shots and been weaned them in at 45 days. That makes it more appealing to a guy out west. A lot of folks say, I don't want to do the work for that because I don't think I get paid for that. But just all you got to do is analyze your reports from a Monday to a Thursday. It's very simple to figure out.
Because the Joplin team sells more than 400,000 head of cattle every year for hundreds of producers like the Lewises, they're uniquely positioned to understand where the industry is headed. That's especially true as the industry moves into bigger inventories of cattle and prices come under pressure. No doubt better genetics and herd health will be even more important in the future.
But as we come along, it's going to be more important to have better cattle. As we rebuild this cow herd prior to what it's been over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and there's more cattle around, the better cattle you got, the more you're going to get paid for them. We're not going to always stay in this climate where bull calves and less genetically superior cattle is going to bring a huge price, because we're going to have plenty of them to go around. We've been short, you know, short as we've been since the 40s and 50s. So as we go along, the best advice I've tried to give everyone as we go along is get your cow herd up to genetically superior as you can get them, and be ready, because it's not always going to be, this market's not always going to be like it is now. There's going to be a time that you're going to need a good one. You know, everybody's got a reputation, whether it be good or bad, and the reputation that those calves you sell and the health of them, believe it or not, will come back to haunt you if it's not good. If it's good, you probably won't hear much. If it's not good, you will hear it.
Ultimately, the story of a steak is about doing the right things and producing the best beef possible so that the industry can remain strong moving forward.
Well, it's just for the overall benefit of the consumer, more or less, down the road, that we're doing the things right to keep those cattle healthy as we can, that you know that they're the #1 driver in what we do. It's all about profit, and the healthier ones always make more money than the ones that's not.
Next week, the story of a steak continues with a trip to Chapel Feedlot, where we'll see firsthand the continued benefits of doing things right. I'm Doug Medlock.